India's beauty and personal care market is on track to reach $40 billion by 2030, making it the world's fourth largest due to online and quick commerce. Nitijata Mahendru from Broadcast Beauty Consultancy and Tanya Rajani of Mintel are here to discuss this. Welcome, Nitijata and Tanya. What drives India's projected $40 billion BPC market by 2030?
So there are a few contributing to the beauty boom in India. One of them obviously being we have more disposable income. So naturally people want to spend on grooming and personal care. The second factor is that India has the youngest population anywhere in the world. Globally, there's a lot of focus on Gen Z consumers, but our millennials are also one of the younger millennials anywhere among developed markets. So for any international brand, they have a very large customer pool entering their peak consumption years. And the last part is more women are joining the workforce. So there's a lot more focus on looking presentable and polished in everyday life as opposed to just special occasions.
So I don't think there'll be a single dominant trend that will, really drive the growth of the Indian beauty market, but a number of factors. Number one being, of course, we are one of the youngest populations globally. So this Gen Z, Gen Alpha audience, which is more digitally savvy, more beauty evolved, they will, of course, be driving growth. Second, we are seeing, rising disposable income. Mintel consumer data tells us that 62% of Indians claim that they are confident of their financial future. Um, we also have this growing middle class audience, which is extremely aspirational. And of course, internet, social media, e-commerce create this fertile ground, not just for local beauty players, but even for international brands that are looking to enter the country. And all of this, like I said, will drive the growth for the Indian beauty market.
This is an impressive growth. So, how replicable would you say is India's BPC growth model across Asia Pacific emerging markets?
So, one of the key reasons that the beauty industry has boomed in India is e-commerce. We are a mobile first population, and e-commerce has accelerated the growth of the beauty industry in a way offline retail couldn't. So, infrastructure for retail is still expensive, it's still developing. So, e-commerce was able to penetrate those pin codes that physical retail wasn't. When we have international brands wanting to enter India, it's quite surprising to them because in other parts of the world, there's a lot of dependency on supermarkets, specialty beauty, which is not the case here in India. Largely, it is local players like Nika or international players like Amazon, which have really helped beauty reach doors it wouldn't have reached otherwise. And I think it's the same pattern that Vietnam, Philippines, and even Malaysia can borrow from.
I don't think it can be a copy paste. Now, some similarities that we see, among these markets in India is that they all actually have this rising disposable income, this growing middle class and this consumer segment that's, aspirational. Again, internet and social media fuel beauty product discovery, does encourage beauty product purchases. And we're also seeing, a very strong, like I said, demand or interest in global beauty brands and, global following global beauty trends. But the difference actually comes because each of these markets are unique in their culture and their heritage. And it's also a very strong, need to make these, beauty brands more locally relevant. So even the international beauty brands that are, looking at entering these markets, they have to keep this in mind that, like in India, we want beauty products to suit our skin type, suit our hair type, suit our weather, suit our climate. It's similar in other markets as well. So I think that's really where the difference comes in.
Now, let's also talk about possible setbacks. What risks could derail this projected expansion trajectory?
I don't see any reason that the beauty industry in India is going to slow down. because we are seeing a lot of homegrown brands do extremely well. The only reason I think international brands may not be able to do extremely well here if they keep thinking of India and even the larger markets of Asia as a place where they just dump stocks without investing it, building the market, in educating the consumer. If they just enter with a mindset that they're going to replicate what they've done in the West without localizing assortment, without localizing communication, then that is definitely going to derail their growth. And the second thing is also opting for models that probably don't exist in other parts of the world. We are seeing a lot of international brands wanting to enter India through a proxy model, but they are hiring people like us who can become their India team, help them build the market. So if international brands really want to enter India, they have to think beyond dumping stocks here and really focusing on treating it as a proper market, how they would treat any market in the West.
So I think the growth of the Indian beauty market is closely tied, to rising disposable income. And when inflation is high, in the essentials like say education, household, food, it can take a hit for discretionary categories like beauty. Consumers might begin trading down, moving from premium to mass beauty brands. Another challenge, I think, for the Indian beauty market is our fragmented retail landscape. While, of course, e commerce is booming and it really has driven accessibility, a large portion of our Indian consumers still purchase their beauty products in store. So this regional distribution being fragmented, does pose a challenge. And I think the last risk could be the regulation. It's getting stricter. And all of this could kind of slow down the D2C booms and innovation. So all of these could be risks to kind of, watch out for going forward.
Thank you so much for your time today, Nitijata and Tanya. Hope you can both join us again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Once again, those were Nitijata Mahendru, founder and principal consultant of Broadcast Beauty Consultancy, and Tanya Rajani, associate director of beauty and personal care in India at Mintel. For more news, visit retailasia.com.